What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Now, today I want to show some love to the Horde faction and talk about kind of a Horde specific gold farm that you can take advantage of right now in Phase 2, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's not really a farm that you're going to be doing all the time, and I'll get into it why in this video and like how I would personally do the farm as well. At the beginning I want to give a shout out to Wonder from the Classic WoW Druid Discord, who first of all told me about the farm. Second of all, also went the extra mile of recording the farm as well for me, because I don't have a Tauren. The basis of the farm is you have to have a Tauren, and there's a couple of items you want to have as well. You want to be a Tauren with Herbalism, preferably maybe something like a Druid or a Hunter, even though the class doesn't really matter too much. So like Tauren with Herbalism, that's the basis here, and then you want to have Herbalist gloves with the Herbalism enchant. All of that combined, you'll be able to loot ghost mushrooms. Now, from that, there's a cave in the hinterlands where you can loot ghost mushrooms, and you can do it basically for free. There's no mob competition, there's several spawns here, and you can loot one of these ghost mushrooms every 3 to 5 minutes. So you will have a node basically to yourself, pretty much nobody's doing the farm, and it's not something you will be making a lot of gold with now in Phase 2, but trust me, if you farm them right now in Phase 2, sell them in Phase 3, you will thank yourself for it. You can farm, you can spend some time now and cash out in Phase 3 like never before. So just going a little bit ahead of time here, we can take a look at, there's like an in-game timer. So around 3.5 minutes, it should be respawning. So you can see the herb respawning as well. Roughly around this point right here, the herb should start to respawn, maybe a little bit further ahead in time, like between 3 and 5 minutes. So you can see we're on 4.5 right now, and it should be respawning just about any second. So there we go, it respawned in the exact same place that he looted the first one. So while being in this cave, like this one right here is very close to elite, but using clever line of sight mechanics, you can avoid all of them. Getting to the place is going to be a death run, because you are at the top of the elites in the hinterlands, and I'll show you exactly where later as well. Plus Wonder has a full video which he sent me and I'll be uploading, so you can see like the entire walkthrough of how to get here as well, which will be linked down below in the video description, so you can go and check it out if you want to have a step-by-step guide on how to get here and exactly what to do and like his recommendation when it comes to the death running. Now, it is worth noting that if you're watching this video when it goes public on YouTube, we have already been using this farm for probably about a week's time, if not even more, in my Goldmaking Discord server, which you can get access to by having my Goldmaking guide. The thing is, this is a Goldmaking guide that I made for Classic WoW. It's 134 pages. I just came out with a Season of Discovery Phase 2 update, which now took it to 157, and the guide itself is meant to be like an outlier / introduction, or just like covering gold making as a general topic and getting you into everything that I'm doing to make profit. And then we have the secret gold making community on top, where we're talking about even more strategies, we're discussing things back and forth, I'm posting, you're posting, people are posting, and we're finding out things together as well. And that's also where I'm sharing early access to videos, like you could have had this one in early access, and we have a bunch more videos that are already in early access and a bunch more that are coming out in early access. In Phase 1 we had 20 videos in early access mode, and so far in Phase 2 we've had about the same. So like, it's a lot of ways to make gold, and it's really good. Right now, Phase 2 has been incredible for making gold, and I hope it stays this way, and I hope Phase 3 is the same. Like, Phase 3 could be huge. There's so many possibilities. But if you want to make more gold and you want to directly support me at the same time, check it out, the link will be down below. Like, once again, you're directly helping me out, being a content creator, allowing me to spend more time developing gold making methods, finding gold farms in the game, and then sharing them with you guys. I also think that I will be able to help you make some gold, so it should in theory be a win-win. The link will be down below. Now, with that being said, the farm itself once again is in the hinterlands, and because you have to be a Tauren, it's basically Horde specific. That being said, you could have a Horde friend doing this for you, or even have a second account with a Horde character on it and do it yourself. The only problem is you have to be a Horde to loot the herb right now in Phase 2. So looking at the hinterlands, going down to Jintha Allure, you can see the cave right here. This is the cave you're using, right? So you have to go through through Jinthar lore and get your way to the top. Now, being a horde, you start at the Reventusk village and you work your way up, and this is like where you have to be clever and start doing the death run. The less deaths you have, the better, but ultimately the point is get yourself to the cave in some way, shape or form. When you're at the cave, that's it. That's the entire job done. So when you are at the cave, you will have a ghost mushroom, which is guaranteed to spawn between every 3.5 to 5 minutes to yourself. Pretty much nobody is doing this at the moment. Even on Living Flame EU, there's nobody doing this. At least to my knowledge, there's been nobody doing this, and you can get yourself a free ghost mushrooms. This is kind of like the iron ore farm we were doing in 1000 Needles in phase 1, where we logged in, you had a chance to get a free iron vein and then log back out. So the way I would do this farm is to log in every now and then. Like if you want to min max, obviously log in every 5 minutes, and that way you can grab 12 ghost mushroom nodes every hour, which means between 1 and 3 ghost mushrooms, right? So like you can have a free node to yourself every 5 minutes. And the way I would do this, instead of just standing here and waiting for 5 minutes, log out and do something else. Play an alt, level an alt for 5 minutes, then log back in after 5 minutes, if that fits your gameplay. Even log in after 10 minutes, 20 minutes, log in once every half hour. It doesn't really matter too much. The whole point is you can have a free node to yourself of a ghost mushroom every now and then. Even keeping in mind of this in phase 3 could be smart, because as you can see, there's small thorium veins spawning here as well. I don't think there's any way, like any chance to grab those right now in phase 2, but if you're here in phase 3, that means you have both a ghost mushroom node and also a small thorium node to yourself, which most likely nobody will be doing. And especially in phase 2, nobody's doing this, and those ghost mushrooms, you just know they're going to be going up in price. They're used in shadow protection elixirs, they're used in demon slaying. There's just such a huge demand for ghost mushrooms. I even remember, I think StaySafe had a video on this back in Classic WoW, where he made most of his gold doing ghost mushroom runs in Maraudon, right, as a warlock. I think he was doing ghost mushroom plus other things, but mainly ghost mushrooms. So with the economy we have right now and the inflation, I would not be surprised if ghost mushrooms go for over 1 gold each in phase 3. That means right now you can get like between 1 and 2 gold every 5 minutes, technically for free. I can even see it going more expensive, I don't really know, but the whole point is ghost mushroom free. You just have to be a horde, like Tauren, Herbalism gloves, and also with the Herbalism enchant. It's a lot of min-maxing, but honestly that's the way I like it, man. That also adds a barrier to entry to the farm, which means that even when this video goes public, let's just go crazy here, let's say the video somehow gets 5,000 views, right? Less than 10% will think about doing the farm, which means 500 people will think about doing the farm, and then a couple of, like, half of those are going to be Alliance, so now you're down to 250. Then we have all the servers, and then we have the fact that not everyone has a Tauren, and if you don't have a Tauren, you probably don't have, like, you don't want to level 1 either for the farm. So no matter how popular this farm gets, it has a big barrier to entry, to the point where the actual supply, or like the amount of people doing the farm, will be very limited. So it's going to be a good farm. A really good one. So if you have a horde, if you have a Tauren, and you have the chance to grab Herbalism, give it a try. I think you'll be happy, and I think the gold you can make from this place in phase 3 could be absolutely huge with a small thorium as well. So keep it in mind for phase 3, and once again, if you do have a Tauren, use it now as well. But yes, that is the video. A very different way to farm and make some gold right now, but it's a way that I don't see a lot of people doing, and that way you can make a lot of gold and capitalize on the very limited knowledge to this farm. Once again, if you do have a horde on the Tauren, that's absolutely perfect. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, and if you have any other ways, like alternative ways to make some gold, feel free to share them in the comments down below as well. Subscribe to the channel for more Season of Discovery and gold making content. I'm doing what I can to help you make gold, and hopefully it works out. Either way, thank you so much for watching the video today as always. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again very soon.